guys, this is the Real Aquarian here. I'm doing the monthly general read for Libra for July 2018. As always, I ask that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Do what you feel. And I'm just going to go ahead and get into this. See what energies are about for the month of July 2018. Okay. All right. Libra. All right, Libra. Well, okay, so rest easy because straight out of the gate, you've got 3 aces, which is just gnarly. But you've got 3 aces, which is always just an indicator of good news. So, good things. But let's go ahead and dig a little deeper here. So we have the Ace of Coins. So huzzah! You have prosperity coming in. You have money coming in. Every aspect of your life shows signs of improvement. But this is about maximizing and capitalizing on that. So, you know, anything that'll better position you for better relationships, better money, better life in general. The Ace of Coins is there to tell you that it's deserved. This is coming because you've earned it. And just just a cautionary note. There is a concern of deservedness. So to that I would say, just don't self-sabotage. Don't go so far in your mind where you actually take away from the good things that are going to be coming. Then we have the 8 of Cups in reverse. And so what this is telling me is that something in your life has to change. That could be relationships, that could be living situation, that could be job. What I'm getting more is just... in general, I'm getting that this is more you, this is showing that there are errors in judgment, bad decisions being made, but it's because there's too much intellect involved. So you obviously need to think things through before you make your decisions, but this is saying that you are so far in your head with making decisions that sometimes you act too fast, jump the gun, when you need to be more thoughtful. And sometimes you respond too slowly for, need of over-analysis. So right now, the intellect alone making the decisions, and that's what I'm seeing here, is not best for you. There's, it's head in your heart. And this is saying, no, this is all head. And so it's kind of going to cause, for the month, a few little hiccups, a few little problems. This just says you need to be able to trust yourself more. And I'm seeing definitely a lack of trust in yourself on some level here. But with the 2 of Swords, there's a decision needing to be made. This is a time to process. So once again, it is a good thing to think things through, to be thoughtful when you're making a decision about something. But you just need to consider what other feelings are telling you about whatever this situation is. And I would say with this, whatever this decision that needs to be made is, deal with it. Handle it, because if you don't, it will persist. And there's a definite issue then with your wavelength. Your vibe will change if you don't make your decision. We have the Ace of Wands, which again is a welcome sight. It's funny, I'm seeing a couple cards that I drew for Leos as well. But the Ace of Wands, and I'll say the same thing here also. The Ace of Wands is a wonderful card because not only is it just positively aspected, but it carries such high energy that it can oftentimes wipe out any of the negative, it overrules the negative or negative aspected minor arcana. My disclaimer that I add on that is, in my experience, when I'm doing readings like this, what the Ace of Wands ends up actually doing is it doesn't erase the negative aspect. What it does is if it's a delay, it will speed it up. If there's a conflict, it's not as severe. It's more of a lessening of the burden of the negatively aspected cards. So the Ace of Wands comes in and it's saying, okay, so whatever decision needs to be made, and you have concerns, there's issues, you're a little too up in your head, that's gonna resolve itself faster than it would have. It doesn't make the decision more time sensitive. There's no pressure going on here. It's just a sense of you'll get it right. You'll get to that place, because the Ace of Wands is also bringing in great creativity, great inspiration, and with inspiration and creativity, that is your mind, but it's also your heart. It's also your soul. So this is definitely an indicator that you will be, re-tapping into your inner self, that inner light, that inner beauty. You are beautiful. And this will come forth and once again help you maximize that potential. There's more inspiration coming, more ideas, projects, all of that. So it's all good stuff. And this is every aspect as well. So this could also be love, life, job. There's a slew of new inspirational energies that are coming forth for this month. And then we have the Three of Wands. And so I consider this, the comings and goings of energies. And so here we see there is a success with your creativity. You have inspiration, you have new ideas, you're bringing them to form, you're maximizing your potential, you already have an indicator of money coming in, and the Three of Wands just sort of seals that up and it puts a little bow on it. This is about having successes all around. So in your creativity, in your creative endeavors, you will see success, but also in relationships. I know I say that a lot, but this is one of those, bonds get stronger. You reach another level of a kind of happiness. This is also an indicator. There could be a wedding, for some of you out there. It's just an indicator. But this is a busy time. There's a flurry of energies around that are calling for self-expression, which is another thing that will feed into your creativity, your inspirational moments, which again maximizes your potential. You get even more of the good stuff coming, more of the money, the prosperity coming, if you really do embrace the flow of inspiration and accept what's coming, accept the successes, and in doing so, become a little more of yourself, become a little more, more Libra, more true to yourself. Then we have the Ace of Swords here. So yes, again, there's a definite decision thing going on for the month. It could be more than one, or it could be one main decision, but there's definitely some deciding aspects that are going on here. So with the Ace of Swords, it could be the same decision that's talked about here, but the Ace of Swords is indicating that there is more clear thought going on with this decision. Typically, this is dealing with love or a profession of some sort of job. But it can also go into, like I said, passions, hobbies, what's inspiring you at the moment. But action is definitely going to occur because there is a clearer line of thinking. But here we have you, and you seem to be getting in your own way. there is a disconnect when you have the High Priestess in reverse. There is a wrong path being taken. Whether that's on the journey of spiritual growth, whether that's in a relationship, a job, life in general, when you have this reversal, there's a disconnect with you listening to your own intuition. So we really just need to be, the point with this reversal is we really just need to be getting back in tune with ourselves. The intuition, the instincts, our raw nature needs to be listened to. It can't just be the mind. The mind is starting to kind of cause problems. Indecisiveness tends to come from the mind, or over brashness, acting too quickly, jumping the gun. So you need to reconnect with your own true self, because again, you're gonna get prosperity. You're gonna maximize your potential. You embrace inspirations. You bring form to whatever creativity that is abound, and it is abound. But a lot of that takes being more in touch with yourself and, again, expressing yourself, your individuality. Take off the mask, Be you. Be more Libra. You'll feel better for it. And then we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. And this is kind of, the energies that are kind of about. Now, here I'm getting a emotional or financial kind of pressure. But to that, I would say it could either be exactly that, where it's, you have bills stacking up or high mortgage rates or whatever the case is, or a relationship is strained. But it could also be, because what I'm getting here is more mental, more in your head. This could be a perception manifested by you. It may not be as bad as you're thinking, but that's how you're thinking. The mind has an amazing ability to self-sabotage. So we have a kind of pressure being put on, but that could be you putting on your own sense of pressure, your own sense of urgency. And it may not actually be the reality. It may not actually be as bad as all that. So definitely you or someone around you is causing a drain of energy that, it's just the beast you don't want to feed. When you have that, I don't know what they call them, the energy vampires or whatever the term is, but there's a draining going on. And again, not at all helped by the fact that you're already dealing with your own disconnect. So if there's someone about you that, they tend to be stubborn, they always need to be right, they tend to be needy. But if there's someone around you that's being a little, I don't know, draining, taking your energies, to kind of satisfy their own needs, you definitely need to not feed that beast. Don't adhere to that. If it's internal, you need to, turn off that switch of the negative thoughts, the negative pressure, the perceived pressure you're putting on yourself. And if it is someone else, you need to, with the Two of Swords, you need to face whatever problem it is head on. Don't leave it, because if you leave it, it will come back around. That's how these cycles work. It will come back around. And then we have the Two of Wands in reverse. And so this is more of a dreams, denials, hopes, fears, kind of area. And so this totally makes sense since you are all up in your head. Libra, why are you all up in your head? You fear, there is a fear of wasted talent, of putting in a certain amount of work and not getting out the reward. The Ace of Coins is telling you you are going to get exactly that, so stay true. Continue with the purest of intentions. But this is definitely you don't necessarily, it could be the environment around you. It could be people are not necessarily, that could be more helpful, that could be more supportive, aren't being as supportive, aren't being as helpful. So then it tends to kind of feel like, you're the one pulling all the weight. and the other person is just sort of, you know, not reliable for that, not reliable for, you know, keeping that flame burning in you to maximize your potential with the inspiration that you get, with the successes that come from your creativity, with the action that's going to be occurring. There's some sort of, not only is there a disconnect with you and your intuition, your trusting your gut, being more attuned to your inner thoughts. And again, there is a difference between your intuition and your intellect. Intellect is good, it's important. But so is your intuition. So are your baser instincts. So are your, you know, raw, emotional kind of instincts. And so we do have a draining here. There needs to be a facing of it. It's not a time for avoidance of it. But this is a, don't really worry. You have this kind of doubt, you have this kind of concern, but you really needn't, because even though there's some sort of decision that might have a conflict or something that you have to face, at the end of the day, like I said, the 3 aces, you got nothing but good stuff coming, and prosperity to boot. So here we have the Hierophant in reverse, and this is kind of, you know, where everything's kind of leaning, where everything's moving to. And so the message, the overall general message that I'm getting from this is you have to lead yourself. You have to make the decisions yourself. You have to do for yourself. Figure it out yourself. Be more of a free spirit in your own way, the Libra way. And in doing so, you solve a lot of these problems. Like I said, the Ace of Wands does tend to minimize a lot of the negatively aspected cards around it, and so it does. So this may not be as bad as you might think. And again, you are overthinking. You are either overanalyzing or not being thoughtful enough in your decisions. But again, the Ace of Wands is saying, nope, that's okay, take heart. You will come out of this successful. You will come out of this having gained prosperity, having been rewarded for your creativity. And you needn't worry about your talents being wasted, because this is saying, nope, this is a right track kind of movement, and action will come from this, and you will know, that's why there's no pressure. You will know when the right time to move, to change things will be, and that's a matter of instinct, that's a matter of intuition. So reconnect, because overall this is a wonderful kind of prediction for the month. The wonderful kind of vibe, these energies coming in are quite nice, but you're not going to be able to appreciate them as much. You might even have some doubts about them, and you might even overthink them if you're too disconnected from yourself, if you're too mentally aspected than you are intuition aspected. So with the Hierophant reversed, it's, yeah, it really just sort of sums it all up. You need to do for yourself, and you need to not be led by others. This is an indicator of either you having, you know, a problem with ego, or like I said, too much analysis. But the path that you're on needs to be led by you. You need to take the reins. Don't necessarily, you know, there will be people that are around you that are supportive, that are helpful, that are friendly, family, all of that. But this is saying you definitely need to go inward, reconnect, because your journey, your path forward, your decisions that you make need to be based on you, your gut feelings, your intuition, but they do need to be faced. But all in all, good. So just don't conform. Don't feed the beast of overanalysis or of negative thought or fear or doubt. Stay the course. Action will come. Prosperity will come. And at the end of the day, yeah, you're gonna have to make these decisions and actions to move forward for yourself. That's what's important here. Do for you, and you'll see nothing but good rewards. Few little hiccups, few little things you might have to face or adjust or readjust, but other than that, it's all good. So this was the monthly read for July 2018 for Libra. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I ask that you like, share, comment, or subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Auf Wiedersehen.